The Commerce Secretary, Wilbur Ross, who is heading back to China, are there any indications that his visit is going to produce the results that the Americans essentially weren't able to obtain on the last visit to China?
Well, it depends on what you mean by results, right? The Chinese can make a lot of promises, and the question is this just a promise, or is it a promise that is followed through with some actual actions? The Chinese have very well known to actually only give just as little as they must give. So it's going to depend. I think ultimately these negotiations are pretty misguided because on the Americans' part, because they're putting a lot of threats on the head of American consumers of all the goods that they want to put a tariff on in the name of making the Chinese stop punishing their own consumers with their own import taxes. So I think it remains to be seen.
So what is the strategy behind this long-term product-by-product arrangement that is being talked about now on the US side? Won't pressuring Beijing to enter these multi-year contracts to buy US agricultural and energy imports just hurt key American allies?
Yes, of course it will. It will, but also it's unclear. It's actually pretty clear that it will not have the effect that the president and Mr. Ross are expecting it to have. They have these misguided notion that forcing the Chinese to buy more of our goods is going to, one, reduce the trade deficit, which it could or it couldn't, or will have will have no spill effect on all of our other neighbors. And they're expecting just so much out of a bilateral agreement in a world that's global with supply chains that are global. So you take away from one part, it actually spills over and you get less from someone else. And so the results, they're actually really, really hard to reduce the trade deficit or to get exactly what you want in such an integrated global world.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.